So I did something recently that I didn't think I would ever do again. 9 days ago, I booted up a little game called Destiny 2 for the first time ever, only having put 3 measly hours in the first game 10 years ago, which is insane to think about. In these last 9 days, I finally sat down and with roughly 80 hours clocked, I got down and dirty to see what this game is really all about. But before I dive in, I just want to clarify that these are my impressions as a new free-to-play player in 2025. These are just my opinions, and I'm just calling things as I see fit. Everything is all in good fun, and so with that said folks, strap in, grab your ghost, and let's begin. This is my first time playing Destiny 2 as a new player in 2025. To begin, I'm going to be splitting this review into 2 sections. It's easy, pros and cons. Afterwards, we'll summarize everything and come to a final rating and conclusion. Cool? Cool. Let's do this, guys. Pros. It's Bungie. And that could be, either good or bad, but let's talk about the good. The gunplay is very fun. The movement feels fast and fluent as you go from kill to kill, free-flowing past hordes of enemies. Trying out different guns you unlock as you play feels really gratifying, giving you that reason to level it up, modding it, tearing up the opposition. It's all very addicting. It's very reminiscent of the old days if you're fans of Halo, and coming into Destiny, it feels like sort of a successor in a way. The gameplay is all very reminiscent of the old times, so you fit right in, and it all feels very familiar, and that's welcoming. The sound design and music. As soon as the game starts, you get hit with a variety of beautiful and intense background music. I think they did a great job. It's really cool when you're in an intense fight and you get this awesome background instrumental. You start getting chills, and well, if you're a music guy like me, you listen for that kind of stuff and it just amplifies the overall experience. And even the overall sound design is just crazy. Each individual bullet, you can clearly hear all the details they put into it, making it so much fun to try out all these different types of guns to see what they sound like. It's fun. General gameplay. There's more than enough content presented to you if you are a free-to-play player. I mean, they must have done something right. They got me to put 70 plus hours into their game and still want to continue playing. And obviously that's just how I feel on it. To me, it does a good job in hooking you, reeling you in. But does it stay completely positive experience? Yeah, well, about that. Cons. The quote-unquote story mode or campaign. So, at the start of Destiny 2, you are given a similar opening cinematic for those who have played the first game, but you start out doing tutorial missions, everything is smooth sailing. You get a decent amount of time to learn the basics, and you honestly get a pretty good feel for the game. These missions are the New Light tutorial missions, and once you're done with the tutorial, the game kinda just leaves you hanging, unsure on exactly what to do next. And now, I don't expect every single game to baby the player, hold their hand the entire time, but the game does spit you out after a time skip, leaving a new player kind of confused. Considering a lot of content that, is very important to the main story, that whole expansion has been since deleted. What was once in the game has been sunset by Bungie forever, so there's huge chunks of the story missing, so it makes it kind of confusing for a new player to keep up with everything going on. But you get a cutscene that, explains it very briefly, so if you are paying attention, it does explain what is going on. It's just frustrating. Another con that I had, and a lot of others that I've heard from, is that it is too overwhelming for the new player once the tutorial is over. And branching off of my last statement, I don't expect the game to hold my hand forever, but in a game with multiple planets, with multiple story missions, it looks like you can do, only to find out it's behind a paywall. I would at least like some sort of clear direction as to what I should be doing next mission-wise that is free and accessible to me. I feel like that's fair, right? It just feels like such a tease hovering over an expansion thinking that you can play through it only to touch the tip, kicking you out after the first mission. Like, oh, just a little teaser. Get out of here. I think of it kind of like movie trailers, I guess. Just a sneak peek type mission for those expansions, so I guess that's at least cool to have as an option. But just clarify to the player that not all of the missions I'm thinking that I can do will be free to just hop in and beat start to finish. Because they do have some expansions that are 100% free. So it's just sort of confusing at times figuring out what's playable and what's not. Balancing issues. Okay, look, I know that this game has been around for years, so yeah, of course PvP is going to be a little unbalanced for a new player, sure. But the game literally gives you a mission fairly early on, might I add, that makes you participate in PvP matches. And it's such a fun addition to the game. It's a shame that they don't matchmake based on light level or add a nonchalant playlist for the newcomers or something along the lines of that. I don't know. That might just be me. You know, I would love to hop in and grind PvP, but I'm left feeling constantly discouraged after a massive losing streak. Because there's people, you know, in every single match half my light level, so it makes me kind of steer away from that mode until I actually can get up a little bit in my light level and feel I actually stand a chance against some of these guys. So, I mean, right now, I guess what do I expect, right? People are going to be on the mode that have been on it for years, and a person just going into the game is obviously going to have a rough time. I understand that. I just wish there was a compromise for new players so that they didn't just get walloped every match, you know? Because it just kind of discourages people from even playing it in the first place. If we know we're just going to get screwed every time by a guy, you know, half our level or something, you know? But that's just me. Okay, so those are my initial thoughts right now, so let's summarize. Destiny 2 is a mixed bag with great gunplay and enough content to keep a new fan or a veteran occupied and have them keep coming back for more. It's a great concept dragged down by greedy executive decisions, bland or subpar expansions, ill-perceived by the fans, and a massive feeling of being constantly overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that they will throw at you, never truly knowing if you're actually progressing anything. Destiny 2 is a very interesting case for me. On one side, I do see its problems. I've experienced a lot of things firsthand, and I've had my fair share of harsh criticism so far since I've started my first character, so I know the problems this game has. But I certainly don't hate the game. It must have done something right because I started playing 10 days ago, and I've already put in 80 hours, and I'm not trying to make that sound like a flex, that is really nerdy, but that is how addicted I am to this game right now. So I think it came at a perfect time in my life when I needed something to really distract me. And not a lot of games I can say do that for me. I usually will swap between games, but Destiny 2 has actually kept my attention for these last 10 days straight. So I do consider it mostly a win. And right now it's free to play, so you can't really argue with that. You can just hop right in. But a lot of things are confusing and are behind paywalls, so there's a lot of things that I'm not really a fan of. But the content that they do give you, if you can, you know, manage to navigate it, figure out what you're doing, where to go, grab a buddy or two, you might have a good time. That's what I've been doing, and I can't wait to hop back into my next session. It's fun with friends, it's fun solo, so yeah, I would actually recommend it despite its flaws. It's addicting once you plant your feet and really get into the nitty-gritty, so honestly, yeah, it isn't without its flaws, but if you haven't played it, take it from me, a complete Destiny noob. It's cool. So there you have it, guys. Those are my initial thoughts coming into Destiny 2 as a new player in 2025. I can't speak on the quality of the paid DLC expansions, as this was just my free-to-play experience review. The game is fun, and I wish I had put more hours into Destiny 1 and pushed through, but it just wasn't for me 10 years ago, so I fear I may have missed out on many things, but there's nothing left to do now but look to the future ahead. If you're newer to the game like myself, or a seasoned veteran, I hope you had a good time watching. Let me know in the comment what your favorite thing about Destiny is. I had a lot of fun writing for this and really getting into the core mechanics of it all. You know, the game really does encapsulate you in a way that is rare by today's standards. Please drop a like if you enjoyed the video. This is my first ever Destiny endeavor, so let me know if I missed anything. And subscribe for more gaming content like this in the future. A game like Destiny 2 came into my life at the perfect time, consuming an egregious amount of hours from my lifespan, disconnecting me from reality for a while, so it did kind of feel like an escape. It's my comfort game, as you would say, even if it's the furthest thing from being comforting at times. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you in the next one. It's B signing off for now. Peace. Oh.
I didn't think you were walking in.
I tried to slide under it and be cool.